It's time for the late night boxing talks. A little later than usual. Was working on an episode of the relay. Decided to save it for later. Do a little late night boxing talks. I was swimming most of the day, getting my backstroke on and all of that. You know. Good day of boxing yesterday. It was a good weekend. Dina Thorslin became unified champion like I said she would. In the fashion I said she would. It's a very interesting dichotomy down there at 118 because Dina's younger than Ebony Bridges, younger than Nina Hughes, and stylistically she's a very tough fight, very tough out for the both of them. I'll talk about why that is more specifically tomorrow in another episode of the relay. So Chris Eubank Jr. avenged the loss to Liam Smith yesterday. Was an entertaining fight. One of the better shows that boxer has put on. At the box office, I don't know what it did, you know, as far as pay-per-view. I don't know what it did. They seem to have gotten a good turnout at the gate. There were a lot of people there. So I'm going to assume they made some money, at least at the gate. On pay-per-view, until they release a ballpark, we won't know. I feel like Ben Shalom wanted Liam Smith to win. I kind of feel that way. Because Chris is not his fighter. Chris is with Kayla Nise-Solin. Whereas with Liam, you know, maybe he had plans for that guy. What specifically, I don't know. Because it's not like they have a chokehold at 154 or 160. So had Liam Smith won, what would the plan have been, you know? What were they going to have him doing? You know? But I do kind of feel like maybe Ben would have preferred that Liam won the fight. Chris won it. I said he would. A lot of people gave me a hard time about that too. You know, they gave me a hard time because I picked Chris to win the fight. You know. Kind of peculiar. Am I not seeing people in the chat? I feel like I'm not seeing the people in the chat. Let me see. Sometimes StreamYard be bugging out. Yeah, see, I'm not seeing the people in the chat. I'm literally not seeing the people in the chat. That's crazy. Y'all been here all this time. I ain't even see y'all. Why am I not seeing the people in the chat? Y'all give me 1 second. I'm going to refresh this joint. Be right back. There y'all are. Now I see y'all. I didn't see y'all. How you doing, Castro? How you doing, Dennis? How you doing, Hoss? Hot Boxing Minute. I know I seen my man Alexis somewhere in there. Alexis, I'm gonna shoot you a link, bro. Chop it up with me, bro. You know. Errol Spence decided to activate his rematch clause. The obvious conclusion, at least the one that I have come to, is that Errol realizes that the bell tolls for thee. Doesn't want to stick around 154 fighting just anybody, I guess. And, you know, he's cashing out. That's my interpretation of it. That, to me, the only thing that makes sense after the beating that he took is that he's coming back for seconds because that's the biggest money fight that he has access to. If not for that, what is he going to do? You know? So to me, he's cashing out. But the question is, how much cash is there really on the table in a rematch? You know, the first one was Goody Country. The first one is said to have sold between 570 and 650,000. If you do a second one, I don't think it's going to do that. And it's not like the first fight ended controversially. No, it was lopsided. So who's going to buy a rematch? Not as many people as bought the first fight. I think he's done. Personally, I think he's done. I think Errol is done. I think he don't have much left to give, and I don't think he's living up to the expectations they had for him. I saw one guy. He said that Errol would beat every welterweight except maybe Floyd.
Dude, you know what? His biggest problem was he's not dedicated to the sport. His lifestyle at the ring, he's never going to be that because of that reason. He's not serious. You know, he's hanging with the wrong people. He's got yes men around him. They're allowing him to do shit instead of looking out for him and telling him, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. And this was the end result. We already knew he was going to lose, but he really got his ass whooped bad. I mean, to come back from that kind of an ass whooping, I don't know if you can. I mean, the best he's going to be able to do is maybe show a little bit better of showing and still get fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, they thought, the way they propped him up. Shout out to Alexis, who just joined the panel. Alexis, one thing Alexis said that always stuck with me because it is true. The PBC created like a bubble, and in that bubble, they were able to fool a lot of people because whoever mic that is, fix that shit. They were able to fool a lot of people. They created like a biosphere, because when you see the things that people say about Errol, it's like, yo, how could you arrive at a conclusion like that, bro? What the fuck did you see that make you think? I don't think he's a top 5 or top 10 welter like all time. I don't, nah, bro. Like what? You think he up there with Sugar? Like, come on, Alexis. What are your thoughts
on Errol Spence?
Yeah, man.
Hey,
activated the rematch clause, bro.
Terrible. My mic is terrible, brother.
Damn, dog. That's your mic?
Yeah, man. I gotta break out, man. Sorry, man. Later.
It's all right, man. And yeah, man, Errol, I think it was Michael. He quote tweeted a guy, and the guy said, yo, he think Errol would beat all these different welter. I'm like, how do you get there? Like, because he beat Danny Garcia? Because he beat Kell Brook? Y'all crazy? But he activated the rematch clause. I honestly think that's the last stand of Errol Spence Jr. And if it is, I don't think that he's living up to the expectations they set before him, because they really wanted him to be. I don't think Errol is a bad fighter, but to preface everything, I don't think he's a bad fighter, but I do think he's a basic fighter. He's a basic. He's basic, And
you know what I think his comeback fight should have been, man? Virgil Ortiz, bro.
Nah, not even. Too many politics, bro. It would have did good business. It would have did good business if you could do it in Texas. DeSoto versus Grand Prairie.
And that would have been at an even playing field, because Virgil hasn't fought in a while and he just got his ass beat. But yeah, the politics, bro. I get you, yeah.
Golden Boy, The Zone, Showtime, PBC. Is it a money fight? Yeah, I think it could have been a money fight. I think it could have been, but there's too many politics there, bro. Would have been ideal for Errol, because it's a young guy. He's not as experienced, right? He's not a champion, but he is a good guy, good fighter, young, unbeaten. He's got his own issues, his own health shit.
See, bro. So who do you think would have been a good comeback fight for him, or just hang him up, man? What about Castaño, bro?
No, Castaño lo acaba para mí. I always thought that eso fue antes de la pelea con Crawford, por el estilo. Look, the way Errol goes about fighting a fight, like, I don't want to just act like he's just a piece of trash, because he's a good fighter, but that style that he got relies on him being big. That's what it relies on. And you big at welterweight, or a little bit big. Like, you're not even the biggest welterweight, You got size at welter. You won't have that at 54. You won't have that at 60. You won't have that advantage.
He'll be basic. He'll be like average,
So if your whole thing is that, you're going to jab your way into the pocket and throw body shots and throw all these punches. Somebody gonna find you out up there. And look, Brian does the same thing you do, but he's bigger than you are, or at least stockier than you are. You know, Jermell had to hit him a lot to get that knockout. He had to really lace him up before he finally stopped him. I don't think Errol has the power to stop a guy like that. So I kind of lean towards Brian to win that fight.
I don't think he has the power to get his respect either, bro. I think Casanya will run through him.
Yeah, man. It's the same delusions.
He's got a punch of chance against him, you know. But
Not even Virtuoso, because do you really think he could knock him out? He couldn't knock out Danny Garcia.
Yeah, that's true.
He couldn't knock out Mikey either.
He's gonna
Sanyo?
Jermell really tried in that first fight, man, and it did take him a bit in the second fight.
Took him a lot to get that guy out of there, man.
Yeah, Charlo. Listen, Bud is everything that they say Charlo is.
Yeah.
The guy makes adjustments, fight camp to fight camp. Crawford does that round by round. They're not the same.
They're not the same. They're not the same. Plauso.
Thank you.
You know, I think that they hate the guys that do well because I noticed that they're like obviously they didn't like Crawford, but they also don't like Inoue, and they also don't like Usyk, and they also hate Canelo. And these are literally, at least for me, that's the top 4 right there, top 4 pound for pound, regardless of the order. Those are the best guys right now that are doing their thing. And I'm like, why do y'all hate the best guys that's doing it right now? What is that?
That's the Mount Everest of this generation.
No es verdad. Canelo, Terence Crawford, Usyk y Inoue, ellos lo están haciendo grandes cosas. Son estrellas. They're doing their fucking thing. They got legacies. And I'm like, how do y'all hate them?
Usyk just sold out a stadium, bro.
You know what the sad part is,
bro.
too? You know what the sad part is, too, for those guys you just named, bro? No matter what, no matter who they fight, as soon as they beat that person, the haters, the casuals are going to line up the next person they're, quote, ducking, unquote, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and when their career comes to an end, let's say any of those guys you just named, they push the envelope too far for age or whatever, and they lose a fight. All those haters like, see, we've been telling y'all, we told you the whole time, and they will ignore all the things that fighter accomplished that their favorite fighter.
That's what they did with Chocolatito. As soon as Soar beat him, you know, and Soar beat him at his 4th weight. That was his 4th. He had to go up 3 divisions before he found somebody who could whoop his ass. That in and of itself is like, that's how good that guy is. That at 3 divisions you couldn't fuck with him. When he got to his 4th, he started looking a little bit more human. Yeah, he got knocked the fuck out. That doesn't mean he's not a great fighter, but it's just like Alex says. They're waiting for that moment for something to go wrong to feel vindicated.
Yeah.
To feel vindicated.
I mean, well, it's not only that, but like they have an immense like recency bias. When some fighter does well, maybe somebody that they like particularly, they kind of extrapolate that shit into, well, he beats everybody.
Yeah. They already saying that about Boots. Already.
Boots is the future.
Bro, Boots is basically the T-1000. Already, like, you don't gotta do nothing, just fuck it, bro. Fuck it. And you know, I don't want to let them poison me to the fighter because Boots is fun to watch. He is fun to watch. He's a fun fighter. But it's like the way they get over the guy, it gets annoying. Like, yo, what do you want to suck his dick? All right, he beat Roman Villa. All right.
Probably no, these guys probably.
They act like Boots will walk in the room and like fucking point his finger. It'll stretch out and like go through the guy's forehead and kill him, and that'll be the end of the fight.
Real like on some Kano shit, bro. He's gonna tap his skull and a laser is gonna come out of his eye.
Bro, the motherfuckers we're describing right now, bro. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. All a dude gotta do is get a W streak going, knock some fools out, have fast feet, right? Use the shoulder roll and a quick jab, and that dude is the savior for all these motherfuckers.
Don't let the guy use a Philly shell, bro. They'll change the paying. Don't let a motherfucker come out like this.
You
Oh my God!
Change
Yeah.
that yes, bro.
Give him a 10-night round. He did the shoulder roll. Oh my
Bro,
God.
he did the dinner roll, bro.
Con piel oscuro, he's the man, bro. You can't stop him.
Easily.
What, the people you're describing, they try to take merits out of it, but yeah, look what they do.
Yeah, like they want us to ask Canelo, Ninui, all these questions. You don't have no questions for Jamal, bro? No questions? I don't even dislike Frank Martin, for example. I think he's a fun fighter to watch. Every fight I've seen of his was entertaining, which I think is important. But it's like, all right, bro, he beat fucking Jackson Marinez, I think it was. Richard Comey beat Jackson Marie, and he did it better than Frank, by the way, and quicker.
Yes, he did.
And quicker. Yes. You know, he made that shit look easy.
That wasn't even competitive at all.
Not really, no. Like, and the way he knocked him out too, that he he knocked him out and started busting a move, doing Fortnite dances. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. But I'll tell you, I don't think that Martin Shakur fight doesn't happen.
You don't think it happens, bro?
Oh.
I don't.
I mean, Frank Martin is 28 going on 29, Jay. Right?
Yeah, I know, but you think the PBC gonna put him in with Shakur?
The shit is, what the fuck are they gonna have him doing, bro?
But that's the thing. I mean, they got The thing is, they got alternatives over there. They'll find somebody for him to fight. They will.
That's my thing. They have alternatives, but it's not for a belt. And the bread, like, all right, look, it's not Javante because he about to fight Isaac. And it's not Isaac because he about to fight Javante. That's 2 down. So who you gonna fight? The Dominican guy?
Most likely.
De Los Santos?
They'll find somebody. Maybe Chris Colbert to move him up. You never know. You never know. But he don't fight. I don't see the Shakur fight happening. It's too high risk.
I'll tell you what, if he walk away from a title shot to fight Chicken Wing Chris Colbert, you are the dickhead, bro. The dickhead.
Well, I don't think does he have a choice? Does he really have a say?
I mean, you know how it goes, Jay.
I know.
It's just that it would be stupid because, okay, how do you explain this? What are you going to tell people? You know? Right now they trashing Shakur. That's the new shit now. Let's trash Shakur. Why?
What the hell did he do?
We're just repeating history. It's just going to be like Crawford versus Spence with Haney. It's like you're not doing any service, man. Listen.
For real.
Shakur is going to he has better alternatives. Look, he can have a fight with Jermaine Ortiz. He can have a fight with Raymond Murataya. They can move up, this guy.
George Kambosos. When the
I've been
time
calling for that Shakur and Ortiz fight for God knows how long. I've been wanting to watch that.
Move up to 135, he's got better options. And he's in more important fights. And he's going to develop better than this guy, who's going to be picky choosy.
Yeah, and it's not like they do this with guys that don't even have a following. Because think about Isaac. Isaac has been under protection for close to 2 years now. The conservation program to make it to a Javante rematch that no one is asking for. You know what I mean?
Oh no, he got some of Javante's, hand-me-down bubble wrap to protect himself with, man.
That's what he cover himself up at night when it get a little bit cold. He put that bubble wrap.
Yeah,
safe.
But Jules, as far as Frank Martin like not taking the fight, I say that because how many guys did they have to go through the list to put in with Shakur, for an eliminator and not even a title shot?
Yeah, but I guess what separates Martin is that Martin is actually older than Devin Haney, older than Shakur Stevenson, older than Teofimo. That for the age that he's at, something got to give because you coming up on 30, bro.
Yeah, like the time is now. If you're gonna take the time is now. I mean, I want to see. I want to see it. We all want to see it, but I don't think do it. I'm doubtful. I'm skeptical.
It's a question. It's a legitimate question as to whether or not he's gonna take it, but it's like he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Because say you don't take it, what's the alternative? Sitting on the shelf or fighting nobodies that ain't for a title?
And how do you explain?
How do you explain to the fans, yo, they ordered you to fight them and you didn't want to fight them? You would be the second PBC fighter that they ordered to fight Shakur, and no dice. I ain't doing it. Y'all just making him look like the boogeyman.
Then if you take the fight, he doesn't beat Shakur. Sorry. So.
No, he don't beat Shakur. Villain has entered the chat.
What's up, Villain?
Villain.
Yo.
It's like
I'll get him.
Y'all got him.
Damn, I'll let him go, bro.
AJ, if you think if that fight ain't happening, that's fine. He could go fight Aston Martin in a fucking Street Fighter stage.
Why not?
Shit is crazy, bro.
That's more entertaining.
You know, and I just don't know how you could watch boxing through that lens to where, like, that's got to be frustrating, you know, that you got to, like, bro, if you put Frank Martin in the ring with Shakur, that's a UD. That's an easy UD, bro. 100%. Nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen. Frank ain't even big for lightweight. He's short and stumpy. Shakur taller and longer than him. Pause, but he is. So keeping him out, and you seen how he just looked with that bronze medalist guy, that he was tentative at first, that he really didn't even start trying until the last couple of rounds. It's like, well, you can't do that with Shakur, bro. Like,
Yo, let me say something real quick, man. These Armenian fighters are low-key good, man.
They are.
Yeah, they are. They are.
From
Avanesian did better than Spence. Ain't he Armenian? He Russian, but
he didn't get dropped in no second round.
Like shit, he had Spence. He had Crawford moving backwards. He had Crawford moving lateral with Spence. This is how bizarre it is. Mean Machine did better than Spence. Avanesian did better than Spence. But who was y'all shitting on? Avanesian and Mean Machine.
Yeah, I got a hot take, y'all. The version of Spence that Bud just whooped, Avanesian beats that version.
That's not even a hot take. Like, bro.
You know what? The guy that Adam Azim fought, you know, he type good, but he can't punch.
Yeah, he's like another Karen Chukatsian. He can box, he can move, he got some shit, but he ain't got no power.
But you know what I noticed about those guys? It's like these dudes that can't play. It's like they have very good survivor skills and are surprisingly durable.
You know, you know who underwhelmed? Frazier Clark, bro. I was talking about it yesterday, man. That dude is.
What are they gonna do with him, man? Seriously, like
I don't know, bro. They're probably gonna put him in there. They'll probably put him in there with Parker because Parker was in attendance.
Oh and God, no, not that.
I'm saying, bro, what they gonna do? What they gonna do?
Yeah, Joseph, he does need a fight. I know.
Needs a fight. Parker needs a fight, and the other thing is Parker's actually younger than Frazier Clark.
Oh, he is. Oh, yeah. He's like 30, ain't he? That's it.
I'm trying to tell you.
How old is Parker? Joseph Parker, right?
Parker's like 29, 30. Frazier Clark
is 30.
30, right? And Frazier Clark's like what, 32?
32, yeah.
Yeah, yo, this dude, like, he need fights, bro. I don't see a champion, though. I'm not trying to be critical. I'm not trying to be fucked up. I'm just being honest. I don't see a champion.
Does Jared Anderson beat him?
I think Jared would because I think Jared has a little bit more pop. And Frazier's not the biggest heavyweight, you know? He's not, like, physically
imposing. The same size. Don't you think him and Jared?
Yeah, around the same size, like 6'4", around there. Jared is more athletic. I'll give him that. And Jared looks quicker to me than Frazier, you know? So he
seems a little bit more put together than Frazier. I'd say so.
Yeah. So I would go Jared to win that fight. But they got to do something with Frazier, man, because the thing is, Ben spent a lot of money to make sure that Frazier went to boxers. So, like, yo, at some point, you're going to need a return on your investment.
Ben's spending a lot of money.
It seems to be, to me, he seems to be more interested in blocking fights than making them happen.
Yeah.
For real. Yo, is the chat joint not moving? Give me a second. I'm going to refresh this shit. I think the chitty chat not moving.
Is this 2 a.m. boxing talks?
This is 2 a.m. boxing talks.
Yeah, man. Yeah. He still surprised us with this one, man.
Yeah, what happened?
Very impromptu.
He jumped off to refresh the chat.
Yeah, the chat's not working.
What happened? What happened when doing the 4 a.m. boxing talks?
I don't know, man. Jules just popped on and surprised everybody.
You need to start a little earlier.
Dude, I was so mad. I was madder than hell yesterday, man, because out of the blue, my work called me and said I had to work, and I'm like, what?
Ain't that about a bitch? Damn, bro.
I
No,
missed
that's
the
great.
fight.
That
I
actually
missed
happened to me
the
this morning.
channel. I missed it all, dude. I was hot. I was so
Oh,
mad.
man.
Yeah, the chat, the StreamYard got to get it together, man. They be having a bug where the comment section
man.
doesn't move.
No, there's more than just the bug with the chat, dude. Sometimes I have problems with the mic. Other times I have now I got a problem with the chat too. It's not working on StreamYard. But there's
Yeah,
other.
like,
I be
Are
having
you trying
different
on a
issues at
browser?
different times, man.
StreamYard got to get it together because I'm paid through the year. I pay for the annual, which is 200.
Oh, that's smart.
change.
That's smart. That's what I usually do.
Yeah, because
So,
it's
yeah.
cheap. You know, it's cheaper
No,
than
it's
paying
cheaper
for the
yeah,
monthly.
than monthly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
pay for the year.
Hey,
The
Jules,
app
here's
was
the
kinda
thing. I
flat,
got
but
you on
then-
my cell phone on YouTube, and the chat's moving fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I turned my phone on to see if the chat is moving. Like, yeah, the chat is moving, but StreamYard shit is not moving.
No, StreamYard on my end, it froze on my very last comment, and that's it. I don't see nothing.
Yeah, this
Will that
shit is
affect-
not
will that
moving.
affect
'Cause
your super chats?
that's literally why I see there's a super chat. Shout out to King Lopez who says, I see a lot of channels saying Bud was juiced and waited Spence out to be drained. Lots of channels. They will do the same when Canelo. Yeah, I mean,
You know,
How-
you know,
that's
you know what
what's
you're waiting
crazy.
on?
That how did y'all support Errol delaying this fight? Y'all literally supported him doing that for 5 years so that you could blame Crawford for him being drained.
You know, the only problem with the juice comment is you have literally zero proof. I mean, if you want to
Exactly.
come correct, just
Well,
show the proof. Cool. Where's the proof?
What's even better is Crawford called it how long ago?
5 years.
Yeah,
5 years
yeah,
ago.
he's
That's what he
better
said.
than that. He said
He
exactly
literally
what they were
said.
gonna
He
do,
literally
and
said
they
that y'all gonna
did it.
say he was drained and was. I think what really annoys me about that shit is that y'all really rationalizing, looking for every excuse not to give this man his flowers. They're like, yo, dog, you was fucking wrong, bro. All that extra dumb shit you said about Spence, motherfuckers tried to tell you he not who y'all think he is, and you will not accept that shit. You will go as far as men like Bud gotta be on juice now. What is that based on?
Well, I mean, like, should we be surprised? I'm not.
He's
I mean,
on, hey, he's on
we
high
already knew they do this.
syrup.
If Spence lost, so it's
Yeah.
He's on high fructose corn syrup because they got all that corn in the
Yeah,
grass.
like I don't know who it was earlier. Somebody mentioned
Telling him
this
live.
this version of Spence shows up. You know what I mean?
Estoy en un
Hey,
live.
Like, here's the
Hey,
thing.
Omar Sinclair wants to know who we pick between Fraser Clark and Daniel Dubois.
oh,
Frazier. I would pick Frazier. I would pick Daniel ain't it, man. Daniel ain't it. Like, do I think Daniel has the power to hurt Frazier? Yes. You know, it's heavyweight. A lot of guys got power. You're gonna need more than that.
Sí.
Who was that?
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? But this whole Bud being juiced, the arrow was drained. Yo, y'all motherfuckers is suckers, man. Like, for real. What you want to fuck Errol? You making excuses for him like you his mother?
They want the truth.
These motherfuckers, like, yo, they still making excuses for this guy is literally crazy. Like, yo, so that wasn't enough. Him getting beaten half to death was not enough.
And guess what? It won't be enough when Bud does it again in a rematch either.
Exactly, like, cause your shit, y'all trying to make it about, oh, it's the weight. So if they run it back and it's at 154, what is the excuse gonna be then? Cause it's better wait for him, right? You saying he was drained at 47, right?
They'll find something. They'll find something.
Oh yeah,
they'll
make something up.
He's
But I got
just
a
not as
question, I
good
got a
as they think
question.
he is or want him to be, man. That's it, man. He's not horrible. He ain't bad. He ain't trash. He's just
Nah, like he ain't
he's
even
just
a
not on
bad.
Terrence's
He's
level,
not even
man.
a bad
Ain't
guy.
nothing wrong with that.
You're not even a bad guy. Like, the fact that he went through with it shows that, yeah, you a man. Because to me, I think he knew I can't fuck with this guy, but I'm not a bitch, so
know what I'm
I'm
saying?
a fight.
Dude, yeah, a lot of fighters.
He took the fight to save face.
A
Yeah.
lot of fighters would have quit in that shit, man, and he took it. So I respect the man.
Like that's the shit that within that time frame that Errol took that beating and he wouldn't give up and he wouldn't stay down. You got Daniel, bro. That dude took two knees, bro. 2 knees in the same fight. Like, cause in the first knockdown that Usyk scored, right? I think Usyk hit him with one shot and the rest didn't land. But Daniel took a knee. And then in the other one, he hit him with a jab. Daniel took, and I'm like, y'all making excuses for Daniel? Come on, B.
What
It's
is
probably,
moving
it's probably
up?
Fury fans that's doing it this way.
Yes, Fury fans.
You
It's-
wa-
What
well,
is
you want to
moving
know?
up?
Oh, go ahead.
What is
Bill.
moving up from 154 going to do with the fact that you box one way and you don't know how to deal with a counter?
It's not gonna do anything.
What
Like,
is 7 pounds
but
going to do?
see,
I just want to 6
Villain,
pounds.
how many conversations like this have we had where we
million.
said this stuff already? To like, yo, this dude stylistically, he don't have nothing for Bud, and they watch it play out in front of them, and it's still not enough. So y'all just want Errol to die, basically.
Do you know
That's
what
what it's
happens
gonna
when
take.
Now,
you,
see,
you know what happens when you see something in your face and you deny it? That's what a cult does. Like when you
You
see
know what?
reality and you deny it, that's a cult.
Yeah,
the,
this
cra-
shit
the
is.
crazy. This is the craziest observation that I've seen, and it's like, okay, the very fighter that they made Spence out to be and were pro Spence, Bud was the exact everything that they wanted Errol to be and more, and they hated on Bud
They
to
still
back
hate him
Errol
for it.
Spence. But that's what makes no sense. It's so crazy. It's like,
It's just, because we watching boxing. I want to say this. Clarity. We just watching boxing. These guys is watching some other shit. This is about Al. This is about Bob. This is about the price of rice in China. Like, y'all motherfuckers making this shit about everything other than what it is. It's about boxing. It's just
That's like
about
corny-
boxing.
But that's corny soap opera shit. Like, why do you give
These-
a fuck about
What
all
these
that
is
shit?
corny motherfuckers. That, if I said, look, I brought up that fucking ratio of Top Rank versus PBC fighters. That Top Rank is well ahead. Motherfuckers see that and get mad, but it's the truth, bro. It's the fucking truth.
But
I
if you
got one
didn't,
for you, man. So I saw this Facebook post earlier. This dude said Crawford can never be a star because he's from Nebraska. It's like my man, too late,
okay, Muhammad Ali was from Kentucky. Was he a star?
The other shit is that Errol, your biggest pay-per-view, you needed Crawford. That's not my opinion. That's not my imagination. That's a fact.
But not only that, after his highest pay-per-view, his numbers started dropping. So that also proves too, if you were a star and you had a good number and people loved you, your numbers would start increasing regardless of who you're boxing against.
It's a vocal. What we know, that's called a vocal minority. That's a substrata of very loud motherfuckers that's saying a lot, that ain't saying shit, but they can't shut the fuck up. Because reality is, Errol numbers are down. They were down. They were. From the time he fought Mikey to Sean Porter to Danny to Ugas, them numbers was down. You started off okay, 300 and change, and then that shit went down to 270 something, to 220 something, and it stayed there.
Okay, let's just cut the shit. He had his biggest numbers fighting who? Against Mikey Garcia, right? Mikey Garcia is what, a 4 division, 5 division, 3 division champion?
4 division champion, 4 division.
But let's just call it what it is. He had the Mexican fan base that supported him, right or wrong?
Absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
So he fought a Mexican, a guy who had a big fan base, already a built-in fan base, and afterwards he started fighting guys with less notoriety. If he was a big draw, the notoriety wouldn't matter who those guys are. So let's call a spade a spade. He fought a guy who had a built-in fan base, his numbers went down, and then when they finally got the fight that actually brought in viewerships, it went up. So let's just call it what it is. Spence doesn't draw.
Check this out. Here's some numbers for you.
He's not a draw.
Check this out. They were dubbing this fight of the century. Harkening back to the Four Kings era, Crawford Spence, fight of the, biggest thing ever. 650,000 pay-per-view buys, bro. That tells me a lot of people fucking knew that was going to be a wash. Bro, Canelo fought Plant. Mainstream, nobody knew who the fuck Plant was. 800,000.
Listen, bro.
Like,
last year, I said it at the beginning of the year. I said it. Golovkin versus Canelo 3. As much as people say they don't want it, they don't need to see it, I literally said, yo, this shit is going to sell more than Crawford and Spence. It is. You can say all that shit you want.
Yeah, you did say that. You did.
It's going to sell more than that. Why? Because unfortunately, y'all didn't spend 5 years building up this fight. Maypac was a fight that was built over 5 years. That was built that like by the time they do fight,
10 years,
it'll be bigger. It'll be bigger than it would have been if y'all did it then. That's not the case with this. That was not the case. Y'all was really trying to get people to forget about this fighter, forget that he got a belt, right? Trash whoever he fought. That's not build up to no fight. So when the time comes, what happens? That's saying that Canelo versus Plant sold more than a fight that took 5 years to make. That's saying that Canelo versus Golovkin reheated and repackaged and refurbished and stuck in the microwave, that sold more than this. But this took 5 years to make.
The person you can blame are the people running the PBC. If they wanted to build that fight, then they could have done it even with Top Rank, even when he went solo. They couldn't have started. They could have stopped pussyfooting around, and they could have done everything.
But they knew it was going to happen.
Yes, you know what hurt them? I think their counterintuitive narrative, trying to make Crawford look like he was a nobody, like he wasn't shit.
Because they never wanted to fight.
You know what I mean? That don't make sense.
Like to me, the reason it wasn't built up is because it was not their intention to ever do it. The only reason I think we got it is because Spence manned up, like, nah, I ain't no bitch. I ain't gonna go out like that.
He knew what was gonna happen. He didn't want that.
They knew it was gonna happen.
Terrence Crawford was always a wild card. He was always a wild card in this situation.
Look at how low cost the poster was.
Also, too, I think
undercard that they only had to sell it for $85, basically for the main event.
He made it clear. Spence. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think Spence was also a little envious of Crawford because, like, remember he said he wanted to be the first one to stop Sean Porter, and Bud beat him to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the thing is that honestly, I give credit to Spence because he made it clear in Twitter posts. He made it clear in interviews. I want to fight Crawford. I honestly think that if he wouldn't have got the fight with Crawford, he would have told PBC to kick rocks. I mean, he wasn't.
Look at what he said. He said in 2020, no, I think it was 2021, but he said, I could have retired after the car accident. So that was already on his mind. If you saying that, right, that tells me, oh, so you was already thinking about that 3 years ago. Shout out to Luis Mosqueda, who says, Predator versus Terminator 2 versus Alien, who wins? Out of those, I would go Terminator 2. If you're talking about the T-800, that like, I think. Do you think the acid from the Alien would affect the T-1000?
No.
Like unless it melts the metal, which I don't know. I'd go to T-1000.
So
I'll go T-1000.
Depends on how much acid. Depends on how much.
T-1000 for the win. For the win. He could, if anything, he could cut that shit head off, and you know, like he could use like a sword, and if the sword melt off, he still got the rest of his body. So I go T-1000.
You guys can literally play Mortal Kombat.
The Alien though can tear through and punch through metal, man.
Yeah, but he's liquid metal, bro.
Yeah, he's liquid metal. He's a shapeshifter.
Yeah, like he's made of liquid mercury, but Terminator was made of, I don't know what the composite metal he was made of, but I know Alien tears through certain types of metals with this little fucking head that punches.
Nah, I think, look, the T-800, being real with you, the T-800, I think the T-800 would get killed by the Predator. I think it would.
Think so?
I think it would. Like, you only really strong to humans, bro. You strong to humans. If he got that laser shit, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
The Predator going no, like,
yeah.
I
forgot about that
right here.
And
it's a wrap for you.
Yeah. And when it comes to Alien and Predator, Alien got to outnumber the Predator.
Plus it's got like a portable rocket launcher, like on his shoulder and shit too as well.
He got that fucking shit, like, and if nothing else, he got that bomb that he could activate on his wrist.
There's two versions of the Predator too. Like there's Hunter, and then
he taking you with him.
Y'all know what the scariest thing about that first Predator movie was? Talking about like when he went, what the hell? Like, he just started laughing like,
yeah, bro, that shit was crazy.
I'm like, oh, bro. I'm like, Artie, you better run from that shit. You better get the hell up out of there, bro.
I think the only way that the Terminator could probably end the discussion is self-destruct.
I agree.
Could they self-destruct the Terminators?
Yes.
They could.
Yeah, but it's never been done, though. It's never been done.
That's why he started laughing.
Didn't it? Wait.
Because he was like, yeah, I got your ass.
No. In the Terminator 3, he did self-destruct to save him. In the third movie, he did. Yeah, to
But he
save him.
didn't.
Yeah.
No, you talking about in the second one. In the second one, at the end of the second one, he said, "There's one more
No,
chip."
I'm talking about Rise of the Machines.
The third one, the
He
third movie, Jules.
he
The third.
destroyed himself.
He did. He did.
Yes.
He said,
When?
yeah, he did.
Describe
He
the scene. Describe the scene.
Okay. So how it goes? Like the TX, the chick was after them, right? And Arnold stopped the door from closing. Then like he said, "Go now." Then they got it. Then they both got into the door, and John had his leg trapped by the chick. Then like she got him free. Then he's like, "We will meet again." Then after he thanked them, then like he took out his second bomb that he that exploded before. Then he shoved it in the bitch's mouth. You were terminated. Boom.
But is that self-termination? Or is that
That's not really self-termination.
No.
Suicide,
But
man.
yeah. He pretty much committed suicide to save them both. Yeah, more or less.
Look, I'll tell you
but
what,
did
bro.
she
Like I
have a
said,
case
I
for
got
wrongful termination?
I got the T1000 winning the tournament. Shout out to JP City. PBC tried to gatekeep the 147-pound division. That's absolutely true. That's what they tried to freeze everybody else's fighters out, and it's just like it's crazy to me that the fight didn't come. You know, there was a time when I didn't think this fight was ever gonna happen. There was. So the fact that the fight happened and y'all still trying to keep up appearances with this shit, like Bud gotta be on steroids, Errol gotta be weight drained. Yo, that's crazy to me, bro. That's like yo, y'all motherfuckers can't be taught, bro. You won't learn your lesson.
I'm gonna be honest.
Pre-existing injury from training camp, and that's why he lost.
I'm gonna be honest. Some of these guys are like getting borderline reckless. If they start insinuating and saying this stuff enough, like you literally get your ass sued, man. I mean, you gotta watch what you say. If you start insinuating, if you start saying certain things, if you start getting to the point where you cross a line, you could be looking at a lawsuit. I'm not saying it's likely.
No, it's the bitch assness for me, bro. It's the bitch. It's like what you gonna make up lies. You know that's something that a woman would do. Think about it. That's something that a girl like. You can't beat them. You can't do. You can't deal.
Oh, and I gotta lie about
So I'm a lie. I'm a slander you. I'm a drag your name. That's some real bitch ass shit, yo. Like, yeah.
But let me ask y'all this: that unification fight with Yanni Beck and Gaultier. Have you guys ever seen a unification fight where probably nobody knows who the motherfuckers are?
At least, yo, I can't even complain about that shit because what's the other two champions doing?
No, Joe. I'm still gonna watch it. I mean, but
I'm not saying you complaining. I'm just saying that hey, at least we got it. You know, right?
Yeah. At least we got something.
As soon as Vincenzo won that belt, that's as soon as Top Rank made that fight.
That's true.
The division needs it, man. Because I gotta watch that guy because I didn't even see the fight with the Brazilian. I don't know what this guy looked like in there, so I gotta watch him now to see what.
I thought Falcao was gonna win that. I mean,
that's what I thought. I thought the Brazilian was gonna win that fight. So I ain't gonna complain about that. I will say that it's not a great fight, but hey, fuck it, right?
I'll take it. It's a unification fight nonetheless. So
fuck it. But Prey wasn't a bad movie for the person.
Oh, I still haven't even seen that.
Prey wasn't a bad movie. I wouldn't say that. And I didn't feel like I saw people complaining that they had a girl doing it, yada. And I feel that, but it didn't feel like some woke shit, Like for me, it didn't. Like, nah, I could rock with this story. I could rock with it. That she fit because that was always an advantage in Predator. That remember in the first one with Duke and everybody, he didn't kill a bitch. He didn't kill her. He went after everybody except the girl.
Who was a threat?
Exactly. Yeah. That was a tactical advantage. And if you remember in the second one with Danny Glover, he didn't kill Maria Conchita Alonso. He was only going after the guys. So it's like, I could see how y'all spun that into, she was a weapon because he didn't realize, you got to kill this bitch too. If you don't, she going to kill you. So I liked it, Prey, personally. I liked it, Prey. It wasn't the best of those movies, but I liked it.
I thought he did a really good job, man, doing what happened before all the other ones. That shit was pretty fly. I liked it.
Yeah, like I could go for another one like that if they could do another one like maybe in the Dark Ages or some shit.
Here's like when does Prey take place? Like when does Prey take place? Like when?
Prey takes place in pre-colonial America. It's basically the Native Americans, the tribes that was there, whatever.
Oh, got you.
The Indians
yeah, like it's supposed to be like, you know what I'm saying, like before the English people came over here and all of that. And Predator, he running around, he fighting bears, he doing what he do. And it's like I said, that he knew to go after the guys. He knew that that's what he do. But
Yeah.
he didn't figure, yo, you better kill this little bitch too.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know what I mean?
I thought it was
a good
cool.
movie.
I like how they took like the primitive technology that the natives had at the time and showed the resourcefulness on how she was able to fucking defeat him, how they fought him with little they had compared to his technology. I thought they did a good job with that shit. That was hard.
That was dope. Like I just felt that there was certain things that I would have done differently. That in a hand-to-hand combat situation, nah, son, that kind of like, bro, this bitch weigh like 125, maybe 130 pounds.
Yeah, she
This
block a blow from him. She losing an arm, dog.
Dude, the
You know
first
what I'm
one
saying?
whooped Arnold's ass, beat him half to death. And the
You know what I'm
first one,
saying?
it was like,
And the Predator is not a regular size guy. The dude is like 8 feet tall.
Hold up, Jules. Hold up, Jules.
Motherfuckers are
Jules,
huge.
you just said he don't perceive the females as threats, so he might have took her easy. That might have been the thing. He didn't put in all his strength on her.
In the final scene, they going at it in the swamp, and I'm just like,
they are.
it's ways you could do that fight scene that don't involve necessarily hand-to-hand combat. It could be melee combat. She could have like a hatchet or something, right? And she getting at him with the hatchet. But if you doing it, yeah, she jump on him and she kick him and she like, nah, bro, this dude is 8 feet tall, bro. This dude is 8 feet tall by 300 and change. There ain't no way this bitch can hurt this guy.
He's standing there like, somebody hit me with a piece of paper.
I'm saying, if anything, like you should be able to devise a fight scene where it doesn't rely on her kicking. Like, really, dog, 130-pound woman is gonna really like, and he's a space creature. It's not like he's a regular 300-pound guy. He's a fucking space creature, bro. Come on.
Yeah, you're right.
Let me ask y'all about this interesting fight coming up. Luis Alberto Lopez versus Joel Gonzalez.
It's a good fight.
I like that fight. I got Lopez for the win.
I don't think Gonzalez wins.
I think he'll win. Every time Joel has stepped up, he's falling short. Every time he's got a title shot, pretty much.
I think Joel makes a good case for himself. I think it's an exciting fight. I think Lopez.
On points. Lopez on points. That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, I think Lopez puts him on the canvas once or twice. Nothing serious, and then I think a little barrage later on. Some hard hits are gonna.
Lopez is on a good run, man. He's on a good run. He knocked out Conlon. He beat Warrington. He's doing this
over their hometowns. That dude has proven himself to be the road warrior, bro.
He's definitely the road warrior, but I think he's I think he's avoiding Robisi. I don't think he want to fight Robisi.
Definitely.
Because he talking about fighting Inouye. He like, bro.
Yeah, he called out Inouye. He's like, bro, you ain't even in your weight class.
Inouye literally just got the 122 in his last fight. What the fuck?
On his radar though, dude. Like,
and plus,
Lopez comes off as the kind of guy who's like, whatever champion he got next, I'll fight. Like, I don't. Do you think he's really like, oh, Robisi is somebody or means somebody, or is a thought to him right now? Like maybe if somebody brought Robisi to like to him, he'd be like, bet, let's go. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Inouye is about 2 years away from moving back up. You know what I mean? Like he's about maybe because he's talking about fighting Casemiro and Neri and MJ and Tapales. 4 fights. That's 2 years.
He won all them guys.
Yeah.
Damn. Bantamweight, man. I mean,
that's weird to call out somebody like 2 weight classes below you and shit. Like,
and that's it. Actually, it looks kind of weak that you're kind of saying like, oh, I'm saving my belt for Inouye. I'm warming it up for him.
Exactly. Like you got a champion right there on your promotional banner on your side that you could fight. Ain't no reason for you to be looking down at super bantamweight, bro. What that tell me really is you don't want to fight that guy. And I do have Robisi beating him. Not that I'm that high on Robisi, but I'm like, a lot of that shit you do, a lot of that athletic shit you do, that shit is not gonna work on him, bro.
You think he wants that Japanese yen?
He want that yen, bro. He want that sake money. Trying to get that sake money.
You want that happy ending, though.
Hey, Jules.
No, that's right.
Hey, Jules, the chat and StreamYard's working again.
Yeah, I just noticed. I better not go to them Asian massage parlors. That shit is real. You know what I'm saying? That shit is real, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But for real, man, like he just don't want to fight Robisi. That's all I see. The other 2 champions, he don't have access to them. Even though he did say he would like to fight Lee Wood. But that's how I know that Luis is being selective. Oh, you got energy for Lee Wood. That was a couple of weeks ago. He said, yeah, I would love to fight Lee Wood in the UK. He said that. I'm like, so you got energy for Lee Wood, you got energy for Inui, but when Robisi gets brought up, oh well, he don't sell. Neither do you, bro. That's why you were in
like, what the hell? Like, dude, you've got like your last two fights. You've gone to your opponent's hometowns.
You don't sell, bro. You can't say that about him. You don't sell neither. Jack said Luis should beat Ramirez and become the man at 126. I think you have more faith in him than he does, Jack. I think you have more faith in him than he does because you don't want them Cuban problems. You don't want that guy. What's going on at 140? We got Regis Prograis versus Devin Haney. The fight is not finalized yet, but I think it's gonna happen.
What's going on with that?
I still don't know who wins that fight, man.
I got Haney, man.
You got Haney?
Yeah, because here's the thing. Prograis punches come from like outside too much, man, and Haney's too sharp for that. I think Haney's jab's gonna give fucking Prograis so many problems, bro. Like, and then once he gets,
but he's gonna go 12 rounds, Alex, and he don't get hit hard. He's gonna go 12 and nothing gets in.
He's gonna quit. He's gonna quit.
No, I'm not saying nothing gets in. I'm thinking they don't get in clean enough.
Does he hit? Does he hit harder?
Yeah, hold on, just real quick, bro. I see it like Haney Lomachenko, except Prograis don't do as well as Lomachenko, and it's a one-sided 12-round fight.
Nah, I don't think it's not gonna be. It's gonna be if Devin's gonna win that fight, right? He's not gonna fight. He's not gonna fight this guy how he fought Lomachenko. With Lomachenko, he tried to fight him off in the pocket. I believe he's not gonna do that.
He's just try and take more liberties with Prograis and get fucked up.
No, I think he's gonna take more caution with Prograis. He's gonna fight him like he fought Kambosos. His best bet to win, right? Remember, Regis is a counterpuncher. You don't put 3-4 punches together with no counterpuncher because by punch 3, he gonna hit you with some shit. With him, it's gonna be jab, jab, move, jab right, move, jab. He's gonna stay on the outside because that's your best bet to win. Go back to what you did with George.
But Regis is a bigger puncher than Loma, so he can't get in the pocket with it. Regis can knock his ass out.
Personally,
I think Loma. I mean, Loma did hurt him. He did hurt him a little bit.
I think Loma won.
So, but
hurt him.
I
thought
he won tonight. You agree? He was hurt. Haney was hurt against Loma, and Regis is a bigger puncher than Loma, so he can't stay in the pocket with him.
That's what I got. Haney beating Prograis, workman like 12 rounds, but it's not a blowout. It ain't a beat down. Like, it'll call for a rematch probably, but I think I see Haney winning. Like, hey, I'll give it to him. Yeah, that's fair and square. He won that. Like, you know what I mean? And
he has the style for it. For what it's worth, I'm not gonna shade him. He does have the right style for it. Pure boxer versus boxer puncher. Oh, that's pure boxer. If you sitting there waiting for a countering opportunity, it's not gonna come, bro. He's just gonna jab you to death.
Can he do it for 12 rounds?
The thing that concerns me the most, though, is the way that Prograis couldn't cut off the ring with that other guy.
Yeah,
but Haney don't be on his bicycle. Like the difference between Haney don't do that now. He don't. But
y'all remember, Regis was still able to drop. Regis was still able to drop that guy.
Yeah, he did drop that guy.
I mean, the thing is with Haney, yeah, he doesn't cut off the ring well, but like Haney, at least Haney was was able to sell out a bit against Kambosos the second time around. You know, he did trade with them.
He did throw some punches.
He's gonna take his chances, but he's gonna be selective with it.
Let me ask you this question: Is Regis the biggest puncher that Haney's ever fought at this point?
Absolutely.
Okay, then I think he has a decent shot at getting his ass whooped.
Yeah, I think so. That's why I'm torn, because you got the right style. Devin has the right style, but physically, this dude is a lot stronger than you are. He is.
If he gets caught with the right hand, like what happened with what's his name, he may
with Linares, right? Yeah, Linares caught you, bro. If Regis hit you like that, nah, son, you're not getting up, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna have a problem.
Regis, he's a pretty good finisher too when it calls for it.
They want to make that a pay-per-view, guys.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's pay-per-view, bro.
Is that going to be on DAZN? What platform? DAZN?
It's going to be on DAZN, but because of what Devin want to get paid, right? It got to be a pay-per-view.
Well, it better be 20. It better be $20.
That shit better be. I mean, like, price point better be like 50 cash, bro. That's not Bad enough, you know what I mean? Like, but that shit better be like 50 cash, bro. Cause
They'll sell it for 60.
fuck out of
Well,
here.
if they stack the undercard, I'll pay for it. It's a good undercard. I'll pay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
they
gonna
better
buy.
be.
I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it just because I know I can make it back. But for everybody else, you have to wonder. That, like, remember, that's a DAZN pay-per-view. That's not counting Spence versus Crawford 2. That's not counting Javante Davis's next dumbass fight. That's not counting Canelo versus Charlo. There's already 3 on another platform coming up. Not counting that, which makes 4. It's a lot of pay-per-views, bro. Shit.
Hey, by the
But I'm
way,
gonna end it with
did you guys see that video of Mikey and Adrian hanging out dancing together and stuff?
yeah, I see that shit.
I was rolling, dude. The first thing that came to my mind when it was hearing Adrian go, "You want these drums?"
Is Adrian probably is? He's got to still be drinking, right? He's gonna be back on the party
I
live.
think he was over there to ask Mikey to loan him some money. That's the first
Yeah.
thing.
Damn.
It's fucked up, bro.
Are you saying those Don King checks are not clearing? Is that what you're getting at?
Well, I mean, come on. He just so happened to be in Mikey's neck of the woods. My fucking ass. He went over there to borrow some money.
Yeah, how much back end money is there left, really?
You know,
Hey,
Mike, like
Jules.
Mikey, I don't know what else he's into, but I know that his brother, like Robert is very enterprising. I think he said something about barbershops and real estate, some shit he got going on, right? So I'm gonna assume that, look, Mikey retired at an early age, probably because he got other shit going on. Like, he ain't just sitting on the money that he made from boxing because he not stupid like that. Probably got other shit going on. And I'm like, bro, how the fuck, like, Broner, what are you doing in his neck of the woods? You probably went over there to borrow some money. Keep it a bean.
Dude,
Probably went over there to borrow some.
he was probably smart enough to see how a lot of these other boxers ended up and said, "Fuck that, I'm retiring early." You know,
Yeah, he never had a passion for the sport anyway. Like, he said that himself, that he don't love boxing. So it is what it is.
If you think about it logically, if you get yourself $2-3 million, okay, let's say you get $5 million. After everything's said and done, you see 2.5. You take $1 million of that and you invest it properly. You don't got to work no more.
You don't got to work no more. Literally, like, yeah, like if you
Right.
do your thing, and he probably did that. Like, him and his brother, you know, that they're smart guys. Like, I think Mikey gets a lot of shit, maybe a little more than he deserves, because it's like, hey, he did fight 5 champions. They won the greatest champions, and I do feel like, yeah, you swerved Lomachenko. I feel that way, but that doesn't mean he had a bad career. All things considered, now whether or not he'll get in the hall, I don't know. I don't
If they
know.
let in Sylvester Stallone, he'll get in.
I'm saying
I think his career was respectable, at least, though.
It was, yeah, like it was respectable. Like he fought like 4 or 5 champions, and he was a champion at 4 weights. You could say that, like, yeah, that's good. Like, not everybody does that, but at the same time, it's because people know that, like, yeah, you swerved when Top Rank wanted you to fight Crawford, you swerved him. And I think they wanted him to fight Gamboa too, which that's right around the time his issues with Top Rank started. They wanted him to fight Crawford. He didn't want to do that. Then remember, people wanted you to fight Lomachenko. Didn't want to do that. You wanted to dare to be great and all that bullshit.
Don't let Polo hear that.
I'm saying, bro, that's reality.
Jules, I gotta ask you right quick, man.
Roll.
Erica Cruz versus Melissa Odessa. 2 wins, bro.
Melissa's in the shit, man. She got robbed, man. She got robbed. I saw the fight. She has a loss. You know, for those that don't know, she lost her last fight on paper. She got fucking robbed, man. That's
Damn.
fucked up. That's fucked up.
Bad.
That's fucked up because she won that fight. But with Erica, like, being real, remember that fight is at 130. That shit ain't at no 118.
She ain't never been that heavy before.
She
You know
ain't
what I'm
never
saying?
been that heavy before. Erica, she don't get tired. She just keep going.
I gotta favor Erica, bro. I'm leaning towards Erica.
I want Melissa to win, man.
Me too. But this may be she biting off more than she could chew with this one, I think.
Yeah, I don't want to say she gonna lose, but it's hard to say she gonna win, man.
Hey, y la otra chica, the other one that tested positive. What's her name? Was it McCaskill?
Oh, what, Alicia?
No, after Alicia. The one right after.
Tested positive after Alicia.
Somebody else did?
Yeah. What's her name? Fuck, let me pull it up. Hold up.
You must mean before?
You mean Hannah Gabriel's?
Nope,
Because
not Gabriel's.
I wonder who you mean now.
Who else tested positive?
Do you have a prediction yet for the Canelo versus Charlo fight?
Yeah, I got a prediction, bro. I think Canelo's gonna stop him. I
When's
think
he
he's
gonna
gonna get
stop him?
off. I think he's gonna get off. I think Jermel is gonna get off to a decent start, right? Because he's gonna feel good at first. You know, no hard cut, right? But his body is not used to fighting while carrying that much
That's
weight.
true.
And
Mhm.
he said it himself. He said it himself, which is what I already thought. Oh, you gonna move around and jab because you thinking, oh, I'm gonna do what I did in the Castaño fight because Castaño is shorter than me. All I gotta do is keep it moving, and jab him. It's like, yo, Canelo is not Castaño, bro.
No, he
Like,
ain't.
not Castaño, bro.
You know, I
Like, nah.
see it going a lot like the Plant fight. If I'm being honest.
That's what I envision. That like, yeah, you're gonna be alright at first, but he gonna catch you and he gonna light you up.
You're gonna get tired, and the damage is gonna accumulate. That he's gonna get you probably in the later rounds.
That's
The thing I worry about Canelo though is his gas tank, or at least like the last couple of fights, man. He gets about the 8th round, he starts getting tired though.
Absolutely,
His
though.
conditioning is gone. I don't want to say gone to shit, but it's definitely decreased.
No, I mean, let's keep it real. It ain't been great, but I guess to offset that, he's doing a high altitude thing in Truckee, California, which is high altitude. He's training there now. He moved his camp there, and that means that he's aware of that stamina issue because that's why you train at high altitude, so you could get more stamina when you fight. So you know, I do have Canelo beating him though.
I do too, but I think that if it does get in the later rounds, if somehow Charlo can get in the later rounds, I think it's gonna be a more competitive fight. If it does get down to like the 6, 7, 8, when Canelo is pretty much at his best, then he's got a very good opportunity to knock him out. If you get down to 10, 11, we saw even with Ryder, he started slowing down. It doesn't mean he didn't win the fight. It's just he did definitely those championship rounds. He looked a little lethargic, and I do worry about that.
Also, you got to worry about Jermel having not fought in over a year, man.
That
and the way, yeah, there's a lot of things. I mean, there are a lot of factors.
Yeah, you're right, bro. It was Gabriel's. I was mixed up. Yep.
Gabriel's career is all but over because of her age. You know, that's the main thing.
She's 40 now, right?
She's like 40 now. Like, of course she could keep. There's two things working against Gabriel's: your age and where you fight now. You up there in that barren ass division at 175? Ain't nobody up there. The fuck you doing up there? There's nobody up there. You know, so.
I mean, yo, the fact that she said that she got it from a dog, like, first that's hilarious, and then
hey,
two, that implicates you.
Dog ate my steroids.
But about with Jules, I was catching up. I was catching up to videos, bro. I just got to say, I don't know if Virginia Fuchs got down like that.
Oh yeah, man, that shit happened, bro. That shit happened. Like, yeah, that shit. Virginia Fuchs tested positive, right? And she had to go tell IE, but yo, what happened? Well, you tested positive.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, Jules. Tell everybody. Tell everybody what happened. Tell
and she said, yo, she's sucking some dick.
And she
That's not me making that up. That's she gave the dude fellatio and you know what I mean? She pop hot.
Give him no fellatio.
I ain't mad at that though. Like, look, man, let's not be childish. She sucked some dick. It's all right. You know, she sucked some dick.
Virginia's free.
The important part of that message, that statement by her, it ain't that she sucks some dick.
It's that
she's a swallower, bro. If she was a
bro.
spitter, she would have never tested positive.
Spitter, not a quitter. I'm saying.
You know what's funny? I saw a YouTube short about The Rock during the Ruthless Aggression era, and I thought it's like, hey, you know Lillian Garcia, the announcer?
Yeah.
Oh, she was pretty fine as fuck, man.
Oh yeah, she
Like,
was.
yeah, Rock said like, yo, I heard she got fired from the sperm bank. Yeah, she got fired for drinking on the job.
Hey,
listen, man.
I saw a bumper sticker the other day. It says "Spitters is for." It was a chick driving a little fucking car, and it said her bumper sticker said, "Spitters are beginners." Yeah, spitters are beginners. Fucking swallowers are quitters. I gargle.
Listen, the Rock got people mad at him because that Maui shit is crazy, bro. That Maui shit, that shit got a lot of people mad because it's like, yo, how only the poor people houses burn, you know? How was it only?
They're trying to buy
Oh,
out the
yeah.
land. The corporations R&B. They didn't even sound the damn alarm.
Conspiracy theory: large corporation controlling weather made a big fire and shit and killed poor people's houses.
I mean, look, I'll be honest. Is it possible? Yes, it's possible. I mean, like Siri, like yeah, like that.
But
That
is
could
it
happen.
likely? Is it likely? What's the most?
I just don't. I don't know anymore. The news is getting so weird now, bro. Like the stuff that I'm seeing in the news and what people are saying on the ground is just getting more bizarre. And the line that separates it's delineated now. Like you don't know what to believe. Like
Hence why I don't watch.
yeah, shit is crazy. Like
I
shit
mean,
is
the
crazy.
majority of Hawaii is poor.
Yeah. But
You know
why
what I
the
mean?
rich people houses didn't burn? That's a good. I mean, I think that's a good
But
question.
a lot of the rich people in Hawaii, that's a very small region of that land, man. Very tiny compared to all the people who aren't rich and are from there.
Doesn't that make it that much more suspicious that it didn't burn?
Well, maybe it just wasn't in that area.
I know
We
what
all
you
right.
mean, you just said.
Yeah, the rich people think they're like, we all right, but y'all fucked.
Hey, we set fires in the hood all the time, man. Suburbs ain't out there burning shit up. We in the hood, we be setting fires, doing dumb shit. Hey, man, I'm just saying.
I mean, if it could happen in New Orleans with Hurricane Katrina, it could possibly happen there, man.
Is that what is that what the conspiracy theory was, that they fucking manufactured Katrina?
Oh,
They said that the levees broke because they had
Let's
bombs.
go, bro.
But,
I'm down. I'll go down the fucking rabbit hole, bro.
Bro, that's not a fucking rabbit hole. That's a goddamn ant colony, bro. You in the like the fuck? Like I didn't hear that one. I didn't. But look, I've heard the DARPA.
I will say this. I can say this honestly, right? With a full heart. We have the technology to create weather.
Oh yeah, to create clouds. As long as you can create clouds,
rain,
you can create weather.
and thunder.
Hey, what do you think them planes with all them damn chemtrails are all this time is, man? They gotta be doing something.
Some people say those are chemtrails. I forgot what the explanation for that.
Not all of them are. Some are just
planes,
some are jet planes letting stuff out, but there's other shit where they see clouds.
Some people say that it's chemtrails, but I'm like, I don't know if that's what that actually. Look, I don't dismiss it because it's like, if you're gonna be intelligent, entertain both sides of the argument and then pick the likeliest argument. You know.
So I'll tell you like this, man. Like it's very simple. Any aircraft, right, that has an engine that creates fire to make it go, while it's in thrust before it hits cruise, it's gonna leave chemtrails. When people take pictures, look at these those two cylindrical smoke columns. That's when it's in thrust. And then when it hits cruise mode, that stuff goes away and you don't see anything coming out of the exhaust.
Yeah, like I think that, I mean, let's put it this way. I'm very distrustful of the government. I always have been. So the idea that they could have their own, agenda, of course that's possible. People in power don't want to give it up. That's just human nature. On the ground, it's like that. People in power don't want to give it up so that they might have their own agenda separate that doesn't service the people. That's absolutely possible. But some of the theories are a little bit harebrained. Like I just don't know how I feel about chemtrails. You know what I mean?
I'm with you on this one, man. Look, I agree. Our government, shit, I worked for our government for 20 fucking years. I'll be the first one to tell you there's some shit that they do to go out of their way. They keep from the public. And a lot of it, I ain't gonna lie, man, a lot of it, it's a good thing the public doesn't know because we'd be in fucking chaos and acting stupid for no reason because the government's got it covered. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there's some shit going on, and they do some shady things where they know some civilian lives are going to be lost, but it's for the greater good. You know what I mean? And sometimes they're wrong and it's fucked up. But like I said, at the same time, I look at everything with objective eye. I'm like, all right, man, I hear y'all, but here's what's most likely happening, or what that most likely is, or here's the explanation for that. You know what I mean? I'll give you one example, man. All of my non-military friends, my phone blows up with messages every single time somebody on social media records a fucking train that has military vehicles on it moving. All my friends people I know start flooding me like, yo, are we going to war? Hey, is somebody invading? Hey, what's going on? Hey, they about to do martial law?
That's what's happening? Way common these days,
what's going on? I'm like, listen, y'all.
Yeah, you know what?
I would always ignore these, and finally I posted on social media. I think it was Facebook or it might have been Instagram, but I posted her a comment to a reply of a friend of mine. I said, listen, this all I'm gonna say it once and never again. I'm like, when we create vehicles, I don't care if it's a tank or a truck, whatever it is, right? You know, it comes out of a factory and then it goes to storage somewhere. And then from storage, it goes to a base. And then maybe this base moves 20 of them over to another base. And I was like, how do you guys think we move armored fucking vehicles by the dozens? How do you
Teleportation, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, we don't have aircraft that can carry 20 tanks. We don't have aircraft that can fit 100 trucks. Trains, bro. We're just moving them around the country like normal. Just like a fucking delivery truck brings your Amazon package, man. It has to get here somehow.
But they think it's some Jean-Luc Picard shit. Engage.
Bro,
you know what I mean, bro? This shit is mind blowing to me, man.
You know what I gotta say up to that, man? Listen, that I kind of put that on Alex Jones because I think he over sensationalized, you know, the very act of doing conspiracy theory work. You know what I mean? Like I used to watch this stuff, you know, and he sounded a lot more sane back then because he used to be anti-police state. And then I saw like fast forward to 2012, you know, with the Trayvon Martin shit, and it's like, yo, people are protesting, and all of a sudden, oh, this is all deep state conspiracy, but you're the fucking anti-police state guy. What happened? Aren't you for the little guy? And like he just kind of go with the conspiracy, whatever the wind blows, you know. And I think he really legitimized that shit.
I think that it's good and bad. I think that it's good and bad that the opposing arguments are so wildly different. Because you need that opposing view. Sometimes it actually is the fringe. Sometimes, very rarely. But it is to a point now to where you can't really separate the real news from the fake news because what if both are fake? That's possible.
Everybody's also
very true, very possible.
When people stop questioning, when there's no more sides at odds with each other, we lose critical thinking, bro.
Yeah, like you got to entertain that opposing view because sometimes, that is the. Remember, they didn't want to believe Galileo when he said that. Yeah, we're not the center of the universe.
And you know what? It just comes with the territory. You're gonna have dumbasses who don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and it don't make sense. But hey, man, that's just a necessary evil. So we have open debate from two different sides, man. Always.
Yeah, like
that's good.
The flat Earth thing. Like, look, man. All right, I'm willing to entertain a lot of shit,
bro.
You think the Earth is
flat earthers, bro?
If you think the Earth is fucking flat, bro, like yo,
they're just special type of stupid.
You know, if you're gonna go down that rabbit
hole, you think that fucking Narnia is over there beyond?
I'm just saying, if you're gonna go into that business, you know, you better separate conspiracy theory from conspiracy fact.
If I see the fucking word firmament one more fucking time, bro. Like, bro, do you know why you're not allowed to go into Antarctica? Because there's no way for you to live, bro. You can only stay on a certain part because you're gonna fucking die, you fucking idiot. It's not you think there's somewhere over there for you to charge your phone or some shit?
You know what,
bro, you're gonna die.
When people bring that Antarctica shit up, the flat earthers, I tell them this. I'm like, you know what? Since you're so good at conspiracy theories, right, and you got all the things figured out, why is it you don't fucking know the reason why it's so hard to go to Antarctica is because there's a lot of secret fucking military bases in that bitch that they don't want you to know about. Like, that's real.
I mean, I would say this. Look, the climate, for starters, the climate in Antarctica, because I think they just stay on the Ross Ice Shelf. I think it is. I think it's called the Ross Ice Shelf. Yeah. But I know that they don't go all the way inland because they can't. You know, I mean,
the facilities they have in Antarctica, and we're not the only country who has facilities there that when we say that they're there. We're not the only ones. The Brits have a couple too. They only operate seasonally because, like, bro, there's certain times you just can't fucking be there, man. You know what I mean?
Like I think summer. I think because they're in the southern hemisphere, so our summer is their winter, and I'm gonna assume that that's not a good time to be in Antarctica. But just in a very general sense, okay. The reason that it's hard to get there, it's fucking nothing but ice, bro. How do you? You're gonna get there and do what, bro? I follow this guy on Instagram, right? He's literally based out of Antarctica, geology, scientist, whatever guy, right? He took his lunch, he took his ramen noodles, and left them outside for 5 minutes. They fucking froze, bro. They froze.
He probably could have knocked you over the head when they were frozen so hard.
I'm telling you, like.
Now, you know what? Another thing, though, too, I think a lot of these, what people are saying, they see UFOs. I think that while some are unexplained, I think other ones are like military craft that that are like high-end, top secret.
Hey, man, y'all could look at me like I'm a maniac. Wait a minute. You could look at me like I'm a maniac all you want. I tell you no lies. I've seen a UFO. I was very young, but I maintain just because you see something and don't know what it is doesn't mean there's a little green man inside. That doesn't mean that, bro.
Yeah.
The government's already admitted that there's UFOs that they come in contact. They've already said
I
it.
saw that whole council thing. It's not that they admitted. It's that the guy who used to work for the government, he made that claim. But I didn't see the U.S. Yeah, man, aliens, man. I didn't see that, but it wouldn't surprise me. When you read about space as much as I do, it's entirely possible that yes, there is life somewhere else in this.
Jose Sis Yoma says, I saw a UFO at the local Walmart. She was about 300 pounds.
Listen, man, I'm not. Look, I'm just telling you. I know it sounds funny coming from me. I know it sounds funny coming from me, but I know what the fuck I saw, and but it's a broad leap.
We're not doubting you, Jules. We're not doubting you, okay, man?
I saw that thing about what they called the Tic Tac. I saw that thing, and it's like, all the stories. If you line up all the stories from all the people that claim to have seen something, what is consistent is the maneuvering capability. That's what stands out. That whatever you're looking at, it can cut a right angle like nobody's fucking business. And that's not normal. Planes don't do that because planes are gliding through the air. For anything to stop in the middle of the air and cut a right angle, that's fucking crazy.
That's exactly why our government has a UAP program, because we're like, things are coming here and flying around.
Yeah, I once saw
advanced than us. We need to figure this the fuck out.
Here's
the problem. Decades ago, when we had got access to alien technology, when those motherfuckers ended up here, that technology from back then is not on the level of what we're seeing in our airspace today.
Who knows?
We're willing to openly admit, oh yeah, we have a UAP program, but we won't exactly admit to you that we know there's aliens. Well, the writing's on the wall, man.
I would say this as sci-fi and Gene Roddenberry as the shit is, right? Because people try to sensationalize it for profiteering, but just in a very general sense, if you do read about space and how gargantuan it is, and how in our solar system alone, there could be a lot of shit, In our galaxy alone, there are millions and trillions of planets. So when you think about it in that scope, yeah, of course something could be out there, man. Of course.
Yeah. Dude, it's ignorant to think that we're the only freaking life form in the entire freaking universe and everything just revolves around us. No, thank you. No.
I just want to address Hurricane Hank. Birds are government spies. Hey, if it flies, it lies.
Hey, man.
I know, man. I got some on my payroll, man.
When you if you read all the stuff they claim to know and realize how much they don't know, or at least how much they're not telling us, the people, right? Space is huge, man. It's huge, man. So it's entirely possible that some ancient civilization figured it out. But I find the other argument more frightening, because they say, you think about how many Earth-like planets there are just in this galaxy alone, within a certain proximity of their sun, whatever it is, and you can use that as a model for how much life there is in the universe. That's, multiple worlds, right? That's that paradox. The opposing paradox is that we're the freaks. That no, there isn't life in the universe, bro. It's just us. Or that life is not existing. Maybe there is the other one, which is frightening. Life exists elsewhere in the universe, but not at the same time. Maybe advanced civilizations existed, but they faced an extinction level event, and they're not. It's, in other words, it's not like it is on Star Trek. You know, like, yeah, maybe there was a civilization a gajillion years
Just like
ago.
today, archaeologists are finding technologies from thousands of years ago that we can't explain, but we're supposedly more advanced than the ancients. So there's
got-
and there's a
No,
lot of
we're
evidence
not.
to support. There's a lot of evidence to, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of evidence to support, you know, that there were humans, just like us humans, that advanced ridiculously and they fucking bounced.
Or the Iraqi battery is
over.
compelling. The Iraqi battery is compelling. And then you can read that. That's not some wild alien bullshit. You can literally go read about it. And it just, the implication is that, oh, so humans have been harnessing electricity longer than people realize, because here you have the Iraqi battery. Just look it up. It's a quick read. It's very interesting because
The pyramids most likely conducted electricity.
I mean that I've heard that I've heard that theory proposed, that that it was a plant of some kind, that it may be a power plant of some kind, and there are components missing because it used to be limestone on the outside and a golden top.
Yep, the tips were a golden metal composite. Yeah.
So you never fucking know, man.
And I got another one. NASA faked the moon landing. Listen, let me tell you about NASA. Sorry, if you replace the I and the A with the I, that should tell you what who they let in to that organization.
Well, Werner von Braun was a defector. I know, like, for those that don't know, this is not alien related, but yes, the NASA space program was helmed by a former German scientist who defected from, the Nazis to America, Werner von Braun. Yeah. And then that's not alien related.
It wasn't just one. We grabbed a bunch of.
No, it was a bunch of them. It was a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Basically, American rocketry is really German rocketry.
Operation Paperclip.
Yeah, and that's not related to aliens or any of that stuff. That's just a matter of fact.
And you know why we gave all those murderous, psychopathic, fucking
because they had a better jet engine than we did.
Nope. No. I mean, we wanted them for their brains, but here was the problem. Immediately at the end of World War II, right? I'm a history buff. We're up my alley now. But right at the end of World War II, right? There we are in Germany, the fucking walls right there, East Germany, West Germany, the Russians, Americans, and Germans. And like, dude, we're like, the Russians. It was all about the Russians. The Cold War era starting everything. We didn't want the Russians to get a hold of those fucking scientists. We wanted them so we could have them, so we could get the upper hand on Russia. That was our biggest concern, was getting
Yeah. I mean, definitely. Like, we had our beef with Russia, but the Germans was pretty fucking advanced. When you read about the stuff, the World War II stuff is trippy, man, because
a lot of them that escaped, that flee Germany, they went to Brazil. There's a section in Brazil that's pure, like, straight up all German.
There's a section in Brazil. There's a section in Argentina.
I mean, not Brazil. I meant Argentina. I'm sorry, I said Brazil, but I meant Argentina.
But yeah, like you were saying with the fucking their technology and shit with the Germans and shit. That's funny because that's gonna put us right back into the fucking UFO talk.
It gets weird. Like, when you read about World War II, it gets fucking weird, bro.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Well, how do you think the Germans were able to fight for so long, being a country, if they didn't have the technology they had? They were far advanced in weaponry than anybody else in the world. That's why they were able to do so much damage in such a small country.
Yeah. And when you hear about the lore, like, remember pilots reported seeing gremlins outside the planes? There was an old Bugs Bunny cartoon. Remember?
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah.
World War II pilot. There's a gremlin outside of the plane, just tearing up the plane. It's like, the stuff from around that time gets really fucking weird, bro.
Well, like, did you guys hear about the Germans when they did that experiment and they made those, like, huge, like, iron, like, bell type ships that were supposed to travel time or something like that? Yeah, I was watching them.
I was gonna ask, JBN, do you guys know about Operation Gladio?
Glade plugin?
No, Operation Gladio.
Glade plugin.
It sounded like, okay, the Germans, the high-ranking officers of the Nazis, they I don't think they just defected all to South America. I think they migrated to West Germany to serve NATO.
Mm.
I think that's.
Well, some
I
also
think
went to the Middle East because they had one thing in common with some people in the Middle East. They didn't like Jews, so they were welcomed by some people in the Middle East also.
Yeah, and the ones we got, they didn't defect. We stole them. We basically kidnapped them. It was like, here are your options, man.
Well, Einstein defected, right? He defected.
No, he did. Yeah, Einstein did. Yeah, but he didn't work for the. He defected before they. He knew what was coming, and he knew they would come after him. That's why he bounced.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
the argument is, do you either want to end up in a prison or do you want to come over and help us? Those are your two options.
Yeah, it's either prison, death sentence, or work for us.
Work for us or go to jail. Shit.
Yeah. I saw the Oppenheimer movie, man. I'm just kind of disappointed.
Was it overrated?
Yeah, I mean,
I haven't seen it yet, man. So
I haven't seen. I'm a big Cillian Murphy fan. How do you do, Virtuoso?
He did good. He did good, but it's like he knows he played a scientist and knew what the fuck he was talking about. But like, most of the movie is it's kind of like, all right, the plot structure is kind of like Memento. You know how they have the plot points kind of meet at the end. You have the before and after. Yeah, it's just basically him being grilled by like by the government about him being a communist and him probably helping the Soviets get the nuclear bomb. But he warned about that shit, being that idea being taken and spread all over the world. Kind of deals with
that kind of, but that falls in line with actual history though, so that's not bad.
Yeah,
it's not bad. I mean, I'll watch it. When
you make a movie,
the thing is, Nolan, like, I think this dude is like hemophobic. Like, he doesn't like blood in his movies for some reason. It doesn't show it.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot. Yeah, his movies aren't particularly violent.
Yeah, but he sells it.
I'll still watch it. I was
gonna say, when you make movies based on real events or true history, if you embellish shit, it's an exciting movie. But when you don't embellish and you keep it real, like you just described it, mad interesting, but not that fun, not that good of a movie, but it was interesting. That's what happens when you tell the truth the way it's supposed to be told and don't embellish.
But that's a disappointing thing is that they have no option but to embellish these movies. If they don't, then they're not going to get the casual.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I would say it depends. I would say it depends on how you choose to tell the story, because see, a biopic, like I don't think there's a movie in Oppenheimer. I think there's a biopic in Oppenheimer, a documentary in Oppenheimer. I think that's there.
We're like giving you a documentary in movie form.
Yeah, and that's what they're trying to do. And the problem with movie form is there's a protagonist and an antagonist. At least that's what people are expecting when they go to see a movie. There's a protag, an antag, there's a conflict.
That's about Oppenheimer.
So, who's the antagonist in Oppenheimer? That's the thing. And
I guess the war. Sometimes the antagonist doesn't have to be a person so much as an event.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that the problem with that is not every story can operate off that formula. Like, these are real historical events of a lot of significance. But if what you're expecting is like your regular run-of-the-mill movie format, it's not that, bro. Like, nah, it's not. If in other words, Oppenheimer, right? I don't even know that you can say that there's a hero in that movie, because it's like, well, the horror of Nagasaki and Hiroshima. You did that. You're the hero? Who's the hero? And it's a story where, being honest, are there any heroes? Think about it. Are there?
Yeah.
But it's a story of relevance. It is significant. A lot of historical stuff in there. But for me, I feel like stories like that, they shouldn't be movies. They should be documentaries and biopics specifically, because when you make it a movie about Oppenheimer, you're almost sensationalizing.
Well, look at Pearl Harbor, man. They destroyed that movie. That movie became a love story, man. That's not the truth of Pearl Harbor. I was disgusted watching that movie. As a history fan, it was disgusting.
They got Ben Affleck in that shit.
Call me morbid, but like, one of the main reasons why I wanted to see that movie was, how is Nolan gonna recreate the explosion of an atomic bomb, or the hydrogen bomb, whichever. Like, and I think he sold it quite well. Like it's like you can't CGI that shit, but somehow he made it work by making it look like it was bigger than it was by superimposing it with the IMAX cameras.
Mhm.
You know, and the sound quality was fucking crazy. But like, yeah, he didn't want to show any charred, barely showed any charred corpses or the town of Hiroshima and Nagasaki going on. It's like he's trying to sell Oppenheimer going through the trauma of experiencing it somehow simultaneously in the film.
I would say the
I mean, it sounds
films.
like you're describing a pretty good movie to me. I'm hype. I still want to see it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
if
probably
you
gonna
watch it
watch
for
it
the
just
sound
because
quality,
I'm
yeah, go for it.
bored. But I gotta be honest, the movie industry's been letting me down a lot lately. Like I watched Scream, whatever, the one in New York, the recent
Why?
one.
Why?
I saw the previews. I was like, yeah, I'm good.
Ass. That was ass.
just
It's
a
like, why do they
repackaged
keep?
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
don't- you know what?
that's one franchise I've never understood. It's like, why do they keep like? There's a new killer every like wearing a script like a Ghostface. What? I don't get it.
I hate when
I
movies
don't-
have-
That fucking
I don't
movie
even
was,
watch
bro.
movies. I don't even go to the movie theaters these days because most of the movies are garbage nowadays,
Yeah,
man.
they pretty suck, man. They
It's
suck a lot.
repackaged shit, man.
Honestly,
In
I think
place-
I'm going through like superhero fatigue. I'm really just I haven't been
Bro,
wild.
I'm not
I've been
going
going-
through. You know what? It's
I've
not
been there since
fatigue.
2015.
It's not for me. It's not fatigue. It's that I know y'all pushing product to push product. Y'all not doing what got this shit successful.
They
Being
losing
true to the
they
source
losing the art.
material,
Yeah.
taking your time to tell a good story. Right? When you make a Falcon and a Winter Soldier joint, even though I liked it, that already told me now y'all just pushing product because this don't need a movie or a mini. This don't need that. You know what y'all need to redo? Redo Ghost Rider, man. Redo that. All right,
Oh,
that's-
yeah.
Hey Jules, Calvin wants to know if you've seen Imitation Game.
I was just gonna
Nah.
bring that up. Okay, if you guys, I was
That's
just
a really
literally
good
gonna wait
movie,
my
man.
turn.
Y'all should see it.
If
Yeah.
you want to see a good WW2 movie that is not just about blood, guts, action, but has a huge relevancy on World War II, you got to watch that movie. It's very well acted. It's depicted correctly. It's not sensationalized, but it tells a very good story that's realistic. Imitation Game. Watch it. Watch it now.
I'll watch that.
Is that the one about
Hey,
the
Doctor
Codebreakers?
Strange, bro. Doctor Strange goes hard in that movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it does. You're
Benedict-
not lying.
Oh
Benedict-
yeah, Benedict. Yeah, okay, he's in it. Okay.
Benedict Slumber Patch.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch. Hey, man, that's a good fucking movie, bro. Yeah, you
Very
hit
good.
the nail
And
on the
it's
head, bro.
true.
Yeah, Nicotine Patch is a good actor.
Good. Hey, bro.
Nicotine
World War
Patch.
II is one of my favorite history topics. Man.
You from Jules?
Yeah, that's like one of my favorite history topics. World War II, and I saw
So
that movie.
I'm a huge fan
so
of
hype,
World
man.
War II.
It
I
did.
actually
Also
went,
one of the
I
most
went to Europe. I
overexploited
went to
genres
Europe
of
and
film.
traveled.
Yeah, have you guys ever seen Letters from Iwo Jima?
Yes.
You know,
No, I never saw that.
looks good.
That's the
a
old movie, but it's a good one, man.
Clint
Did you
Eastwood, right?
see Delta Force with Chuck Norris?
No. No, Letters from Iwo Jima. didn't have Chuck Norris.
No, country lying. Country, stop fucking lying. I know you've
What?
seen Delta Force.
No, he saw Missing in
Oh, I've
Action,
seen it, but it's been so
whichever
damn long. I mean, that was out many.
Yeah,
many
bro, that was
years
right
ago.
after I watched American Ninja 2 with Michael Dudikoff, bro. Come on, bro. Real hard, Jules. Don't front, dog.
But y'all know, I mean, but Barack would be.
that shit, bro. I watched Michael Dudikoff and all of them, bro. Like,
But y'all know what spy movies are really underrated, in my opinion. That really deserve a set. The Kingsman movies. Those
I
are
would
really
say
those are
I've
pretty
never
good.
seen those movies.
a
Never seen
movie
them.
that I think is underrated, that I think is just a dope movie, but it's also sad. But it's just a good movie. Is God, what's this shit with Eric Bana about Black September?
I think what's the name?
You know what I'm talking about?
it-
The Israeli joint, man.
Munich.
Munich.
Munich. Oh,
Yeah,
Munich.
Oh,
Steven
Munich
Spielberg
is
movie.
nice, bro.
long ass movie, but fucking outstanding, man.
Eric
Yeah,
Bane is a
that
horrible
movie
actor,
was-
in my
There's a book.
opinion.
Hey, there's a book. I don't know if y'all like reading and
2006
shit.
was a good year in film, but like,
Yeah.
Michael Dudikoff could have played Guile in Street Fighter, but he wasn't a big enough star.
Yeah.
That's right there.
Out of
I mean,
all the I said
Whose
it the
idea
last
was it to
time.
cast Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile?
You cast the guy from Belgium with a French accent to be fucking Guile? Seriously? You couldn't go down Muscle Beach and find a guy with a fade.
American.
That's crazy. Raul Julia.
Yes.
Hey, Jules.
Hey,
Hey,
Raul
Jules.
Julia versus Bison.
Hey,
no,
Jules,
listen,
they
no,
couldn't
no.
go down to Muscle Beach and find it because all the muscle guys are gone. There's a bunch of bums there now. So like,
Well,
hey,
now there's a bunch of bums, but that movie's old, bro. It's like
Hey,
from
bro.
20 years ago.
Hey, hold
Yo,
up.
listen,
Hey,
it's
Jules,
not his
before I
fault
30
forget,
now.
that he
since we
took
brought
that
up
role
the
when he
whole
had
American
cancer.
Ninja era, right, with Dudikoff, I'm just gonna drop a name, bro, because you come off as the kind of cat like me used to watch them little B-level flicks in the 80s, the martial arts shit. Bro,
Uh-huh.
do you remember Don the Dragon Wilson?
yeah, of course, I remember him.
All them
What's
little
this movie?
B-level martial arts flicks he was in, man. He was in. There was one called like Ring of Fire where we fought this crazy diesel dude with long blonde hair called Sweets and shit, bro. It's hilarious.
Hey,
I
Alex,
might have to look that up.
Did you see when he had his fight with that one dude that was a cherry pick and he like took him out with one kick?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But no, that was real. It was it was a real stage fight,
Hey,
man.
so there was like back in the days, this, you know, what I mean, man, it would have been dope if social media was a thing. Him and Don the Dragon Wilson and Van Damme had like beef, man. Wilson would hate on him, trying to shit on him, and then Van Damme would be like, "Man,
Van Damme would have kicked his ass, even though.
bro, yeah." He used to try to clown Van Damme like he ain't real, he's a phony and shit. Van Damme was a real
Neither
fighter.
one of them were great, but Van Damme would have whooped his ass.
Yeah, Van Damme competed in Europe. He like fought in the amateurs.
That dude was an actual kickboxer, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was an actual kickboxer. Luis said Beverly Hills Ninja with Chris Farley is a classic. I'll say, man, movies have really. But you know what the shit is? The movie industry ain't what it was. Before this strike started, they were going through like a decline. People going to movies and shit like that. The whole business has changed. So it's like, yeah, movies just ain't as good as they used to.
Hey, Jules, if you think about it, all art forms are watered down. Movies, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Music.
Look at actual art now. People do anything, put it up somewhere. If the boutique has the right name and it's in the right location, you could put a brick on a fucking roll of toilet paper and people be sitting there taking pictures of it.
That's true though. Like
You know what I mean?
everything. I think that shows. I think that the reason we're seeing that, honestly, once again, I blame the internet.
Laziness.
I blame the internet.
Yep.
People don't have the focus that they had in previous years and previous eras because the internet is all about now.
You remember 80s, 90s, and early 2000s hip hop? Yeah. You got the hardest beat in the world, but if your flows are whack, you're trash.
Yeah, and people would call you like, yeah, the beat dope.
Yeah,
you suck.
Nowadays, you know what I mean? You don't need flows. You don't need talent. Hey, your beat is hard. You're matching the beat, and you saying stupid.
I mean,
shit.
it's like I've tried to like Ice Spice, but
you mean like mumble rap?
Yeah,
it is.
I mean, I can't tell you how many songs I've heard. Like, I just like take Future. It's like I can't understand what he be saying in most of his songs.
I think that culturally, there's and I said this a couple of lives that I think there's going to be a shift in power. There's going to be a shift in the axis of power, and culturally, we're going to see more from the East. We're going to start to see more from the East in terms of art, music, and things of cultural relevance. You know, India just put a man on the moon, right? You know, it took them long enough, but hey, they did that, right?
Really?
And that. Yeah, they literally just put for the first time for in their country for their country, I should say, and that kind of tells me that so your time is coming, your cultural renaissance is coming. Ours, I'm sorry to say that the direction we're going, it's not looking good, guys.
Like ours is gonna take a nice dip before it gets right again. You know what I mean?
I hope it gets right, bro.
We won't be around for it, but fuck, man.
I don't know. It's not looking good, bro. The way shit is now, it's not looking good.
This is an empire on a decline. I mean, we already saw peak United States. You're not going to see a peak again.
We peaked already, man. Yep. Like I don't.
Slow decline.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a shift where, the at least in the next 150 years, the South American countries will, they'll make certain deals, make certain friends. The power will shift over to
China
the East
right now, bro.
China and Russia are buddies.
This is what I'm talking about. BRICS.
Here's what China's doing. China's injected itself into multiple South American countries, and it's all to get at us to have an advantage on us. What they're doing is they're taking these shitty ass little economies in failing countries and failing states down there, and they're like, we're gonna front y'all X amount of bills, right? What I mean by bills is billions. We're gonna front y'all these B's, but now here's what y'all gonna have to do for us.
I mean, think about it. Countries like Paraguay, Paraguay and Uruguay. You know, I mean, those countries, like, what economy, bro? What economy? It's nothing for China to come in and
Well, that's
hey,
what they're
man,
doing. They're buddies with Venezuela. They're buddies. They're buying up land in Mexico. They're investing billions of dollars in Africa. We're not going to lose. America is not going to lose on a war. We're going to lose financially. They're
Yeah.
slowly but surely, like a boa constrictor, going to put us in such massive debt. This economy is going to fucking fail.
Yeah, but hold up. The U.S. is fighting back economically in South America. They caught on. They got hit. At first, there's some years, probably about 4 or 5 years, we weren't hip to what China was really doing down there. But we're hip now, and the U.S. is injecting the shit out of themselves. We're going into South America hard right now, doing the same thing China's doing. And as of right now, you could look this up, research it from the any type of like geopolitical fucking pages and shit. And we actually have the upper hand right now, but it's still kind of close on like the down there. But yeah, we're coming up. We're working on it, man.
I hope so. Anyway, look, this has been Geo Ring IQ Talks. Geopolitical Ring IQ Talks.
Geopolitical.
Hey, before you go, what do we got coming next weekend, or do we?
Nothing.
I think we got Lopez versus Gonzalez, right?
That's on Friday. It's on Friday.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's the 15th, I thought.
Yeah, it's the 15th.
It is.
Yeah, that's the 15th.
Oh yeah.
November's looking kind of
So
weak
do we
without
have anything
nothing
this
really
weekend?
I don't think
I don't think we do. Then I don't think we do. I don't think we got nothing next Saturday. This Saturday coming up.
We
I don't
got
think we do.
geopolitical talks next Saturday.
We got alien geopolitical Ring IQ South American talks.
Yeah,
big time.